Hi, class. I want to talk to you guys about a common theme I'm finding amongst our Chinese authors I'm reading, Chinese American authors to be precise. One thing that I find fascinating is the way that in their use of men and boys within the literature. As many of you know, there's a massive overpopulation in China, and since the Mao era, they basically have a one-child policy where families are allowed to have one child, and that is to control the population. Well, in China, there's a ton of emphasis placed and importance placed on men, especially the first male of the family. They carry the name, and in their culture, it's a very, very big deal. This, of course, has led to many problems in China, including the high propensity for the Chinese to get rid of or even kill their daughters if they are women, if they're a lady, or at the same time, there's a huge need for Chinese girls to be adopted because families will get rid of them because they're only allowed one, and so therefore they try for a man. If they don't get it, they adopt the lady, and so they can try again. Well, you can see this in the literature, and you can actually see the emphasis they place on males all the way at the very beginning. And so in the beginning text we read, for instance, Su Sen Far's text in The Land of the Free discusses this woman's family struggle to keep their boy who was taken by customs. And at one point she says, day was breaking. Le Chu, who had been awake all night, dressed herself, then awoke her husband. "'Tis the morn," she cried. "Go bring our son." This is on page 547. Clearly she has this huge need and desire for her son. There's emphasis on the word son. Now you go 60 years later to other literature. Sorry, it takes me a little to give my hand here. And we go to Maxine Hong Kingston's text. And she's writing about her aunt who was thrown out because she was a woman who had extramarital or non-marital affairs or had sex before she was married. And at the end she goes, "Mother, who love her children and take them along. It was probably a girl. There is some hope for forgiveness for boys." Of course, she's referring to that the mother committed suicide and killed her daughter as well, or what they believe is her daughter, because, again, she was a woman. Clearly, this ideal of men being superior or what is wanted in Chinese culture is throughout the literature we are reading. And I'm wondering if the class has any other instances where they see Chinese men or women, or Chinese American men or women, in the reading that we've read, discuss the need or want or the priority of men in these families.